All right, guys, go ahead and open up your math journals to page 4, okay, where we were talking about the hockey attendance, comparing the numbers. We're going to go ahead and walk through the page that you did. If you need to make corrections, go ahead and make those, because then hopefully that'll help you remember what you missed and then how you corrected it, okay? So for our first one, we have 508, 588. If you look at the tens place, because the 5 is the same in the hundreds place. At the tens place, we have a 0 and an 8. The 8's bigger, so that one is greater than. Then for the second one, you have 2,675 and 3,675. Our thousands place is different. The 3's bigger, so you're going to do greater than. I mean, that it's less than, excuse me. I might have said that wrong for this one. I'm looking at it backwards here. So 508 is less than 588, and 2,675 is less than 3,675. All right, then we're going to come down here to number 3. 1,833 is less than 1,933, because if we look at that hundreds place, we see that the 8 is smaller than the 9. We want to go for the bigger one. All right, then for 4, we have 57,833 and 56,838. We look at our 10,000s place, they're both 5, but we go to the next one, which is the thousands place. The 7 is greater than the 6. Okay, so then you use this chart to help you answer the questions. For 5, Chicago had the largest total attendance, and Carolina had the smallest total attendance, which means Chicago had the largest number and Carolina had the smallest number. All right, for number 6, you were comparing them, and you had Philadelphia and Minnesota, and Philadelphia had the greater attendance. And how I know that is because if I look, the Philadelphia has an 8 in the hundreds place, and Minnesota has a 7 in the hundreds place, and 8 is greater than 7. So that lets us know that Philadelphia's attendance was greater. And then coming down here to actually write it, I went, well, 813,411 is greater than 758,729. All right, then down here, you went ahead and compared Vancouver to Montreal. Montreal has the greater attendance, and how I know that is that both numbers have the same values for the hundreds thousands place, but Montreal's attendance has a 7 in the 10,000s place, while Vancouver only has a 1. So if you look right here, we have 810,000 and the 872. We have a 1 and the 7. The 7's greater. So we're going to say that 810,594 is less than 872,193. You can pause this video or rewind it if you need to get caught up with that. But that was going over the page that you did yesterday. Today, you guys are going to continue on to page number 5. And I probably need to zoom this out now. Okay, and let me put this up here a little bit. Thank you guys for being so patient with me while Miss Roberts figures this camera out. Okay, so this one is just a continuation. You're going to use that same chart on page number 4, okay? And you're going to compare the attendance for Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. And then for number 9, you're going to list them in order from greatest to least. And I want you guys to go ahead and circle those instructions, because I guarantee you some of you might start doing the smallest to the largest, but they want the greatest to the least, okay? So you might even write big over here to the side, because greatest is the biggest one, and small, oops, can you see that? Small down here, just to remind you, okay? So you're going to work on page 5 today. And then you also are going to work on the math box page in your math journal on page 3, okay? So you're flipping back a page and you're going to work on this. And don't worry, this is all listed in your Google Slides, so you don't have to write down all the page numbers. Okay, so we've got our date up here. And these you're going to add mentally and then just write them down. Write down your answers right here. Then over here it says fill in the missing numbers and state the rule. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, and we notice that we're adding 2, or they're hopping by 2 each time, so then the rule gets put right here. Then for B, you have another pattern. Put what that rule is for that pattern. And then same for C, and again, put your rule. Then for 3, it says, what is the value of the digit 5 in 560? We know 5, if we placed it down here in our place value chart, which I went ahead and drew one to help me out. We see it's 5 groups of 100, so that'd be 500. So then they want you to go ahead and take these 4 numbers. I'd draw the chart, fill them in there, and let us know then what is the value for each of those bold numbers. They might show up better in your math journal, okay? All right, then for number 4, it says what number is halfway between 300 and 600? You're going to fill in the circle next to the best answer. I went ahead and drew this little number line here with 300 here and 600. If it helps you to go ahead and fill them in so you can figure it out, use that. And if it's a tool that doesn't help you, you don't have to do it. And then for number 5, it says round 475 to the nearest 10. And I see that I have a 7 right here in 10's place. And they want you to explain how did you round that number. And I give you some little hints over here. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, give a score. Okay. You probably remember those from 3rd grade last year. I know Mrs. Gertner has those hanging up, or maybe when we had to go to e-learning, you guys didn't get to those yet, but you can look right here and this will help you out. If you guys have any questions, let me know.